Okay, so obviously that wasn't actual footage from the Bob Mueller hearing yesterday on Capitol Hill. I've actually already uploaded quite a few good clips if you want to go back and look at some older videos. And if you have seen them, thank you for watching and thank you for your support with the channel. But honestly, I think those clips really just sum it up. I think it sums up, for crying out loud, even the left-wing news outlets. And when I say left-wing, I don't want to offend my left-wing friends like Jimmy Dore, Kyle Kalinske, for example. I'm talking about the left-wing corporate media, the bought and paid for propaganda media. The NBCs of the world, the ABCs of the world, the CBSs of the world, the CNNs of the world, the MSNBCs of the world. They couldn't even deny what was going on yesterday and just how big of a catastrophe it turned out to be. It was absolutely embarrassing. And honestly, when I did some of my videos yesterday, I had saw the early bits of the Mueller hearing. The longer the day went on, the more senile this man seemed to get. I don't know that he's honestly in a good health. I mean, I just don't know. But I will be honest, and I will say this. I think it is abundantly clear to everyone who has half of a brain. This man was not in charge of his own investigation. He just wasn't. Jimmy Dore just put out a video this morning saying the very same thing. This man was asleep at the wheel. He has no clue what's going on. He didn't even know what the heck Fusion GPS was. Just like just like Mark Dice said earlier. And in his video talking about it, he's a man with a laptop in his kitchen. And he knows who Fusion GPS is. I'm a man with a laptop sitting at my dining room table near my back door. And I know what Fusion GPS is. It is the group that the Clintons hired to dig up dirt on the Trump campaign. And they hired a spy who had links to the FBI and had been an informant over time, who then supposedly went and paid to get dirt from Russia. And they used this dossier, which has turned out to be a complete load of BS. It's fake, it's false, and there's no merit to it whatsoever. But they used that dossier in order to get a FISA warrant to spy on Carter Page, which vicariously allowed him to spy on the entire Trump campaign because there's a double-step rule. So if they can spy on Carter Page, they can then spy on his communications. Therefore, anyone he is in communication with, they're able to hear those conversations. So the man was working for the Trump campaign. It would stand to reason he's having communications with people on the Trump campaign. Therefore, they were spying on the whole damn Trump campaign. Plain and simple. The whole thing, they were spying on it. And they used a fake dossier as the reason to get this FISA warrant. Now, we could go back to the whole FISA court and the FISA warrant, take a trip back to the Patriot Act, George Bush, and where they started trampling all over our Fourth Amendment rights. But we'll save that video for another occasion. But this freaking mess. But Bob Mueller, the man who conducted this whole investigation, wasn't familiar with Fusion GPS, had multiple lines read back to him from his report, and seemed to not know what in the world they were talking about. He had to have assistants try to hand him the paperwork so he could look at the papers, read them over to figure out, oh yeah, forgot about that. Yeah, that. Okay, so here's the story I was supposed to tell you gentlemen. Again, as I said in a previous video, it's like Donald Trump and Jesse Ventura said. Trump said it early when he was running. He uses a teleprompter now. Ventura always, boasted about this. You don't have to use a teleprompter or notes if you're telling the truth. You don't have to have a prepared speech to make sure you're telling your lie properly. You just tell the truth. Bob Mueller was not doing it. And when they did ask him a question that would have been a gotcha, what did he do? Oh, I can't get into that. Nope, I can't get in that. You know what? That would be very, very convenient if I was on the stand as a witness and the lawyer wanted to, technically speaking, I could plead the fifth against self-incrimination. But Mueller, I didn't heard Mueller say he was exercising his Fifth Amendment right. Mueller just flat out said, yeah, I'm not going to answer your question. Not happening, buddy. Move on to the next one. Wouldn't that be nice if the average citizen could do something like that in court? I think there'd be a whole lot less people in jail today if we could do things like that. There's hypocrisy. That they should not be allowed to let him just sit there and refuse to answer a question that has serious implications behind it, that show the double standard. Yet he could just sit there, oh, I'm not going to get into that. And they break it down to even simpler things that really wouldn't even be, no. Not going to get into it. No. But nonetheless, even though that little bit where he just would not answer questions, and I think the number was just under 200 questions. 200 questions he refused to answer. If we refuse to answer 200 questions in a court of law, I think we would be in some serious trouble. I really do. If you were on trial, you refused to answer 200 questions. Just imagine what that would do to someone like you or me. Okay? But he wouldn't answer them. He would not answer 200 questions, roughly. Okay? It wasn't exactly 200. It was like, I think, in the 180s. Maybe right at 190. You might as well say 200. Round it up. But honestly, aside from that, this was the Democrats' main man. He was Moses going to lead them to the promised land. I don't want to sound like I'm starting to preach over here, but no, seriously. They followed him like sheep. He was supposed to be the almighty hero, Bob Mueller. Oh my God, what a letdown. Whew, what a letdown. If that was my hero, I'd be reading a different comic book, because that hero sucks. That hero went on live television and made a bumbling fool of himself. He looked like an idiot. He had no clue what was in his report, and I'm going to be honest with you. I always used to get told when I was a little kid, my mom would fuss at me. And some of y'all maybe can relate to this, especially if you're from the South. You'd hear that, I'm going to whoop your butt so hard you won't be able to sit on it for a week. Anybody ever heard that one? If Bob Mueller, after the grilling some of the Republicans gave him yesterday, really just taking him to the woodshed, if he can sit on his ass for the rest of this week, I will be thoroughly surprised. He got a whooping that bad. That's one of them whoopings you don't get over that easy. Now, to be fair, he still got off rather easy by not having to answer some of those questions. But they still, oh man. You know, when the networks who can spin anything, spin a comment like America First into a racist Nazi type deal, which MSNBC and Chris Matthews did on Trump's inauguration. If they can't spin this to try to save Robert Mueller and make it out like, oh, he did a really good job. No, he did such a horrible job they can't even make up an excuse for him. You know it sucked when all the news networks that can take any little thing and turn it into something else to go against Trump, if they can't do it, it can't be done. It can't be done. Even the little tiny snippet they thought they could hang on to yesterday, when Democrat Congressman Ted Lieu got the big win. They thought they had him. when he admitted that the only reason he didn't prosecute Trump was because of the OLC opinion. I said, yeah, go Ted. Go Ted. You got him, Ted. Okay. We'll start the impeachment proceeding now. Yeah, I don't believe they would have. But they thought they had the fuel for the fire, man. They thought they really had this all wrapped up. It was a done deal. And then when he went before the next committee, his opening statement, he retracts his bombshell. He retracts the bombshell. He says, nope. By the way, I need to correct that little thing Ted Lieu asked me earlier. Yeah, so that it's not we couldn't charge. We just didn't reach a determination. And so, yeah, I kind of misspoke earlier. And every single one of the Democrats went, you know, every one of them had to just face palm at that exact minute. Honestly, they had to. They had to. They pushed and pushed and pushed to get this man in front of them, only to make it such a freaking spectacle. Such a spectacle. If you liked the video, please like, please share it around. We're trying to grow the channel. Y'all have a good evening. Thank you for tuning into this episode of the Independent Report. If you liked the video, please hit that like button and please subscribe to the channel. If you subscribe, ring that bell so you'll receive notifications when we drop new videos. I'm trying to grow this channel and inform more people of what's going on in the world around them. Thank you for your support, and we hope you tune in next time.